Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This week we are getting started with our short story unit. So the purpose of this video is to review how to annotate short stories. So first off, annotating a short story. What to annotate, right? You should be annotating key details, so things that are important to the story, the plot structure of the story, main events that take place in the story, word choice and diction that creates a tone or mood, anything that reveals the author's theme and message. So you're probably thinking, what exactly do you mean by all of that? So I'm going to go through each of these kind of step by step, starting with key details. Key details are information about the setting. So when does the story take place? Where does the story take place? It also has to do with the characters. So what are the characters feeling? What are their emotions in the story? Has to do with their actions, right? So what are they doing in the story? What are their words? What are they saying in the story? It also has to do with their description. So what do they look like? What are their appearances? What are their reputations? So do the other characters have this kind of feeling or idea about the characters, right? Reputations. The plot structure, so you should be annotating this as well, includes the exposition, right? So the beginning of the story, the rising action, all the events leading up to the climax, right? Kind of that high point of the story where all the drama takes place. The falling action, so those are the events leading up to the resolution of the story. How does the story end? How does it resolve the conflict taking place in the story? So you can annotate all of those pieces as well. In addition, main events, right? So anything that happens to a character, any major events that the character takes, right? Major actions taken by a character. So all of the main events, those are things that you could annotate as well. Word choice and diction, right? You can annotate those. Authors choose their words and their diction very carefully when writing to create a certain tone or mood. All right, so here's an example. As I walked into my bedroom, I realized that it was eerily quiet, almost as in a horror movie before something unimaginable is about to happen. So you can see from my words, eerily quiet, kind of creepy, right? And then my description of as in a horror movie before something unimaginable is about to happen kind of gives you this idea that as I was walking into my bedroom, I had a really bad sense or a bad feeling about what was about to happen. So word choice and diction are very important in creating like a tone or a mood for the short story. Annotating, though, on a Google Doc is a little bit different than what we would do in person because you do not have a hard copy of the paper or the story to write on. So annotating, just as a reminder, includes highlighting parts of the text in different colors, making margin notes with your ideas, summaries of what happened, your questions, and any other things that you can think of. So at this point, I am going to show you how to highlight and how to make margin notes on a Google Doc, since we will be using Google Docs mainly for reading this semester. So this is the sniper. I'm going to use this as an example text. I'm going to read this first paragraph to you, and then I'm going to show you examples of highlighting. So, the long June twilight faded into night. Dublin lay enveloped in darkness, but for the dim light of the moon that shone through the fleecy clouds, casting a pale light as of approaching dawn over the streets and the dark waters of the Liffey. Around the beleaguered forecourts, the heavy guns roared. Here and there through the city, machine guns and rifles broke the silence of the night, spasmodically, like dogs barking on lone farms. Republicans and Free Staters were waging civil war. So I can already see that in this first paragraph, I've got some evidence of what setting I'm in, right? So the time of day is obviously, time of month is June, and then it's twilight fading into night. So if I wanted to highlight that, because it's important about the setting, key details, right? I would go up here to highlight color, and then I would choose my color, right? So I'm just going to hover my cursor over what I want to highlight. I go up here to highlight color, and I choose what color I want to do it. Now, I also saw this crazy word spasmodically, like dogs barking on lone farms. And so I want to make a margin note about that word choice. All right. So basically, again, I would hover my cursor over the word. I'll come over here to the add the comment button. I would click that, and then I could type in my comment. So spasmodically makes me think that things are happening randomly, right? Not in a predictable order. I hit comment, and there's my comment. All right, if you guys have any questions about annotating a short story or how to do it on a Google Doc, please let me know. You are more than welcome to join office hours. I will see you this week.